What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the North Shore 9 postgame show powered by Primanti Brothers. Doug, Pirates just completed a 3-game sweep of the White Sox. They win 9-4. They're back at 500. We're giving away sandwiches. It's a great day.
It's a great day, and we get to draft somebody. So, and you'll be doing a show on that. So make sure to check in on Jim and the big three, as we like to call them.
Oh yeah, the big three. Yeah. We'll get into the draft stuff later on tonight, but man, what a way to close out the first half. You went into this series and things lined up. You win the 2 out of 3 against Milwaukee, right? And it puts you in a position where, all right, we're now going to Chicago. We're facing the White Sox. We're facing a very, very bad White Sox team. If we can somehow figure out how to sweep these guys, we're going into the break at 500. We're right in the thick of things. And that's exactly what the Pirates did. So, kudos to them for taking care of business in Milwaukee. Huge sweep here. They've won now, what is this, 4 wins in a row now, Doug?
4 in a row. 4 in a row.
The Bucks are on fire.
Right. Hey, listen, it's a great week heading into the All-Star break, right? 5 out of 6. Was that?
Yep.
That's on the road in a house of horrors for, to take 2 out of 3. And how often do the Pirates go into a series where you think, man, they should handle their business in this series, and then they lose, get swept by the Oakland A's, and things of that nature. So, I never, while people were kind of counting their chickens, if we go, I did not, I wasn't sure they were going to sweep. Great job by them. They're showing some life. I think the great thing about this week is that they continue to add on runs. Something they really haven't done all year. They'd get a walk, someone would get on an error, and then Bryan Reynolds would hit a home run, and we wouldn't have 2 hits the rest of the game. We'd have 12 strikeouts. But that one inning with our pitching would be enough. And no, they just keep tacking on a few here. And it's not just, Reynolds is the driving force, no doubt. But there's other contributors. And some pleasant surprises, Joey Bart. Coming on, Nick Gonzalez, Palacios, if that continues, we're in this thing. We have a chance.
Hell yeah. Get your hashtag #RaiseIts in the comments. That puts you into the contest for 2 free Primanti Brothers sandwiches. We'll get into all of that stuff that Doug just talked about. Before we do, though, Bet Online. It's your #1 source for all your sports betting needs this season, from baseball, golf, soccer, right to all the top fights in UFC, MMA, and boxing. Every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads while the games are being played. When the game's over, head on over to our online casino and get in on a game of blackjack or poker, or unwind with one of our over 150 slot games. Head to the website today to get in on the action. Use promo code BELIEVE for your 50% free bet credit on your first deposit up to $250. Bet Online. The game starts here. All right. Well, the game actually started not so hot for the Pirates today. So let's kind of dive into this thing. Mitch Keller was getting the start. I think what was a 47 game, 5-inning streak? What was that? 47?
49. Games? I think it was 49
games.
What I heard Brownie say. Yeah.
Okay. So that ends today, unfortunately. But it sounds like it was almost planned, really. Like there's not necessarily a reason why Mitch Keller came out early. He wasn't dominating by any means. 3 innings, gave up 4 hits. He walked 3. So he was laboring through those 3 innings a bit. But he's pitched a lot of innings in the first half. Going into the All-Star break, you've got Quinn Priester on the team who hasn't pitched in a while. You want to give him some work going into the break. It was kind of a really good opportunity for the Pirates to just sort of say, all right, Mitch, go out there for a few innings. We got a lot of people who are ready to pitch today. It's against the White Sox, so you hope that the offense can put up some runs. Mitch wasn't sharp today. He wasn't effective. 3 innings, 2 runs. Noah Hiles tweeted out that per his sources, there's nothing wrong with Keller. It's just they took him out after 3 innings and 57 pitches. But
nothing
I think
physically wrong with Keller.
No, nothing physically wrong with him. So it wasn't an injury by any means. But what are your thoughts there? I think if you're going to give him a break, this is pretty much the best chance to do it?
Yeah, I mean, this isn't bad. It's not. He did not pitch well. He did not look good. You know, we have a lot of fun with my takes on Mitch Keller, right? I think he's a really good pitcher, and I think we should really expect him to be a really good pitcher. But he does not rise to the occasion. He does not rise to the occasion. He gets in his head. And his first start in the majors was terrible. When he starts on opening day, it's not very good. His first start after the All-Star game last year, with everybody wanting to give him his flowers, was terrible. He gave up a home run in the All-Star game. For you gamblers out there, go to Bet Online, and when the Pirates are in the playoffs and Mitch Keller pitches, if you want a surefire win, bet the other team. And I know that sounds like a terrible thing. He will be in his head. He'll throw 11 straight cutters, and some of the just silly stuff that he seems to do. This game was sort of a big game. This game was going to give us a win streak. This game was going to get us to 500. And Mitch Keller got too cute, if you ask me. He throws too many pitches. He gets 2-0, and then instead of throwing a fastball, throwing a pitch he can control, he goes sweeper. I wish somebody would make him just use his best pitch. Watch Bailey Falter. Watch Jared Jones. Use your best pitch more often, Mitch. That's it. Otherwise, look, he's great. He's great. He's got great stuff. He's so durable. He takes the ball. He gives you the 5 innings, at least, often more than that. I just wish he'd get out of his head a little. That's all.
I'm not reading too much into this start like that.
I'm not. This is fine. I expect him to be fine his next start, after this. I absolutely do. I don't think but it is what it is. I'll stop now.
But so Keller goes to
for the
3
people.
innings.
The people wanted it.
They did. So he exits the game with the Pirates down 2-1. O'Neal Cruz with an RBI double in the 3rd inning to get the Pirates on the board. But let's kind of shift to where a lot of this the scoring happened. The Pirates, for the second time this series, pretty much facing the White Sox bullpen. Right, we saw Friday night Garrett Crochet started, pitched 2 innings, dominated. They went to the bullpen. Pirates were able to were able to get to that bullpen and win the game. Today they go with the opener, Jared Schuster. Mike Soroka comes in relief. He gets hurt. He leaves the game. Then our old friend Chad Kuhl comes in, and the Pirates score 4 runs off of Chad Kuhl. Jordan Leisure relieves Chad Kuhl, gives up 4 runs. So the Pirates were able to tag Chad Kuhl and Jordan Leisure for 8 runs. And I mean, by that point, the game's over. Like, you're not going to give up 8 runs to the White Sox, and the Pirates. No. They definitely weren't sharp, in relief the whole game. Like Quinn Priester, it wasn't his best game. It wasn't Carmen Majinski's best game. He walked 2 batters, but at no point was this game really ever in doubt after that 7th inning.
I mean, really, once it got to 4-2, you felt pretty good. Even at 4-3, You weren't that nervous. This is not a very good hitting team. We have enough, pitching. We didn't have to go to, Chapman or Bednar or anything like that. They did what they're supposed to do. They beat up a bad team. Bucko Mike, I realize that the White Sox are a bad team. The Pirates don't always beat bad teams. The Phillies gave up 18 runs to the A's today. So you can't, in baseball, you can't count on, and you can't say, oh, they're bad, we're going to sweep. It doesn't happen that way. The fact that they handled their business, that they didn't need the best start from, I guess Skeens is now officially the ace, but Keller's still right up. It's 1A, 1B type thing in my mind. They made me nervous. They get the leadoff double, and then nothing happens. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be one of those games. But no. And again, you got Joey Bart with another home run. What a pleasant surprise he has been. What a just sort of godsend. I mean, the catching position has just been a disaster most of the year, and Joey Bart, out of the blue, has come in and provided some pretty good offense, and you feel a little comfortable there. It's like it's not an automatic out there. So, and he's fine defensively. And would it be nice if he could turn his career around in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, I want to talk about Joey Bart a bit because we've heard over the years that catchers are the slowest people to develop, right? Because there's just so many things that they need to focus on when they're coming through the minors. Once they get to the majors, there's a lot on catchers' plates, right?
Absolutely.
There's more on a catcher's plate than any other position. So sometimes hitting takes a back seat, really, quite honest,
Yeah,
to,
I think
you
every
know,
team focuses on them catching much
yeah,
more than they do them hitting. So, right.
yeah. A catcher's main job is to be the catcher, call the game, know the opposing hitters, what their scouting reports are, know your pitchers, what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are, right? So that's the main focus for catchers, and it's why you see catchers in this league not really hit the ball all that well because they're focused on other things, right? When you do get a catcher who starts hitting the ball, a lot of times it doesn't happen until they're 27, 28, 29,
Right.
30, right? That's kind of when they start really reaching their full potential offensively. So, Joey Bart, he was a second overall pick in 2018. Like, this guy has had plenty of pedigree. Scouts loved this guy enough to give him, like I said, second pick in the draft. He was
By
really
a
good.
smart organization and by a team that drafts and develops well, right?
Yeah, I
That
mean, he
had
was.
just drafted, Buster Posey, or had,
Mhm.
drafted, developed Buster Posey. They kind of know what they're doing. And
Yeah.
right, it didn't work out. And as and we've seen it with our young catchers, right? I mean, Andy Rodriguez was hitting 350 everywhere he went. He got up here, and no, but they've got, like as you said, so much other stuff to focus on. And so yeah, and so that like I said, Joey Bart. I don't know if he'll ever live up to the number 2 overall pick. That's very lofty expectations, but he's doing fine for us. And it's still, all the small sample size stuff we like to cite. But I'm enjoying it. I'm glad it's happened, and obviously, I hope it continues.
Yeah. I mean, since being acquired, 103 plate appearances. He hit his 6th home run of the year today. He's hitting 236 with a 330 on base percentage and a 472 slugging percentage. That's a 123 weighted runs created plus. I that doesn't happen with catchers often. Like he's
That doesn't
kind of
happen with outfielders and first basemen in Pittsburgh.
no, like I mean
So,
if we just kind of do a makeshift, like I just want to, as a catcher, right? If we want to look at catchers across Major League Baseball, and we're going to take people with 100 plate appearances or more, this puts Joey Bart in the top 12 offensive catchers. Adley Rushman, 124 weighted runs created plus. Joey Bart, 123. That's where we're at right now. Now,
yeah,
I'm not saying Joey Bart is Adley Rushman. Adley's
nope.
an elite defensive catcher too. But like Joey Bart's offensive production so far this season has been very, very good. And yeah, you want to see him just keep it up, keep it up. He's pretty much turned into this team's everyday catcher since coming off the IL. Like Grandal starting once, twice a week now. But I mean, Bart's getting that playing time, and he deserves it, and he's taking advantage of it. And that was a huge home run today. That they were down 2-1 when he stepped at the plate, and they were up 4-2 when he crossed home plate. So, yeah, great job by Bart there. White Sox got a run back in the 5th off of Quinn Priester, but then the Pirates really unloaded in the 7th inning with started off Bryan Reynolds walked with 1 out, O'Neal Cruz singled, Nick Gonzalez got a ball that got past the left fielder, dribbled all the way out to left field. He got a 2-run triple to make it 6-3. Rowdy Tellez sacrifice fly. Joshua Palacios with an RBI double. Really, the Pirates took it to Jordan Leisure there in the 7th. Once he relieved Chad Cole.
Yeah, they did. I mean, they did exactly what they're supposed to do. You jumped on, below average pitchers with high ERAs, and you scored on them. And this you did with a lot of those guys. That was obviously Reynolds, but it was Josh Palacios, it was Nicky G, Brian Hayes was getting hits. So it was, again, this is what this team needs to really go on a run. We can't have just Bryan Reynolds and O'Neal Cruz carrying the offense. With some contributions from say Nicky G and Kutch. You need your outfielders. You need your outfielders and your third baseman, positions that you count on for some offense to produce some offense. And that's what they did today. Palacios, I mean, I think it's 28 at bats, but it's been 28, effective at bats. He's not striking out. Right. Nicky G is on, a full season pace for 100 RBI. He's got 35 now. Nobody had that. I watched your pregame prediction show. Nobody had Nick Gonzalez over 34 RBI, on the prediction.
No.
Right. We weren't expecting that. So again, to be getting this kind of production from Nick Gonzalez and Joey Bart, and I mean, I wasn't counting on anything from Josh Palacios. So, and to get that is just been exactly what this team needs. The pitching is so good. It's remarkable how it doesn't matter. We throw out Marco Gonzalez, we get 6 innings in a run. We throw out Quinn Priester, and he gets 6 innings in a run. Yep. Luis Ortiz, it's 6 innings in a run. It's you don't want to waste this. You there's no guarantee that we'll replicate this next year. This seems like a little bit of magic. So let's take advantage of it. When your pitchers are giving up 2 and 3 runs, and that's it for 9 innings, you've got to win. You've got to win. You can't just muddle along like they have been. And, again, it's the White Sox. I'm not stupid. They are one of the worst teams I've ever seen. Not just the worst team in baseball this year. They're terrible. I don't think they're on pace for 60 wins. But you have to beat them. And they swept them. And they did it with it was the offense contributed. You know what I'm saying? It was not 2-1 win, 1-0 victories. No, we scored 9 runs, and we 12 hits today, and multiple innings we score. So it's great to see, and hopefully it continues.
Yeah, I think I want to touch on a little bit what you said there was, contributions from just other players, right? Like Bryan Reynolds, 2 hits, he homered today, he walked, like he had a great game. O'Neal Cruz, 2 hits, he came through when he needed to for the most part. Andrew McCutchen started off with a leadoff double. He was stranded, but what I want to touch on is, like you mentioned, like Nick Gonzalez coming up and really being that run producer that you needed. Like there was no doubt in my mind when he stepped up to the plate today with a runner on third and less than 2 outs, like that guy from third was going to score somehow. Right. Like he was going to get him in some sort of way. And he was able to come through with that 2-run triple. But even if it's just a sacrifice fly or putting a ball in play, just getting the runner over, like he's been so good in those situations this season. Just with runners in scoring position. I don't have the exact numbers pulled up here, but going into today, like his batting average with runners in scoring position was well above 300. Let's see, with runners in scoring position, men in scoring position, 321, 304 average, 321 OBP, and a 435 slugging percentage. So, just he puts the ball in play and he gets the job done when runners are in scoring position. So that was something that we needed that first month and a half or so before he came up, and he's provided that. On top of that, Ke'Bryan Hayes, who has done nothing really for the better part of this entire season. He's at least, I guess, hitting singles right now. He did get a double today. It was his first extra base hit of July. It's July 14th. It was his first extra base hit. But in his last 15 games, he's hitting 328. In his last 7 games, he's hitting 385. For the month of July, he's hitting, he's hitting over 300 now. So
if he hits 300, it's all singles. You'll take it, right? I mean, we can't be greedy. Yeah, right. He can be Louis Arias. How do you say his name?
Arise.
Yeah, I'll take it. Arise. There you go, Louis Arise. Damn, my Rosetta Stone not working. But no, he's been. I mean, again, I'm kind of so over what will he be, or just produce a little. I don't need to forecast it. Again, hit 280 and it can all be singles, I'm good.
Yep.
I'm good. You just can't be that automatic out, that grounder to shortstop or third base every time you come up. It's just, we just need a little. This team, we don't need prime Juan Soto. We just need a couple average to slightly above average hitters, and we can score. I mean, this team needs to score 4 runs. Right? It's the magic number. It's the magic number in baseball, not just for the Pirates. You score 4 runs, you've got a good chance to win. We've got the other components in place. I mean, the team still needs to improve in a lot of things, a lot of ways. But, and we feel better about what's going on with the pitching in the bullpen as some guys get healthy. So just score. Just hit. Just don't let it all be Bryan Reynolds.
Yeah. I like this. This is just kind of what if Hayes is hitting 300, and it's nothing but singles, and he's dropping in an extra base hit every now and then, with the defense that he plays, you take that. I take that 10 out of 10 times.
Extend him. If he's doing that, I say extend him. I forget I'm not, again, that would be terrific. Because he adds so much value. He just has, he just a little.
Yeah. Need to hit just a little bit. Yep, you're right. Make sure you put hashtag raise it in the comments if you haven't already. If you are watching on TikTok, which we are live on TikTok right now, hop over to our YouTube stream to get on the contest for the hashtag raise it. 2 free sandwiches from Primanti Brothers. We've got 85 entries into the contest so far. Let's talk about Joshua Palacios just a little bit before we touch on the bullpen. What can you say from Josh? I mean, ever since he's come up, he's done nothing but get on base, and he drove in a run today, but his on base percentage now up to 429, 2 more hits, one of them an extra base hit with a double. Just the offense needed some sort of spark, and I'm not saying Joshua Palacios is this like elite hitter or anything like that, but I think there is like a league average hitter inside of Joshua Palacios, and when you combine just the way he plays the game with his skill level, sometimes there's a ball player there.
Yeah, we need a lot of what he is, right? Because this team is led by Bryan Reynolds, Brian Hayes, Andrew McCutchen, who are the classic. We play 1 game at a time. We don't want to get too high. We don't want to get too low. And that's probably the best approach to take. But you need a little fire, right? You need a little fire. It can't just be a late inning reliever. You need somebody out there that's got a little dog in him. That's cocky. He just has a great personality. It's infectious. The team needs, again, you don't want 9 guys like that, but you need 1 or 2. And like you said, if he could just be again, what's about to come a cliche for us, if he could just be an average hitter, but he does seem to be a bit of a late bloomer. I don't know how long it'll last or how good it'll be, but I take back, I was saying it was an indictment, having him on the 40-man roster not that long ago, an indictment of where the organization is. And my apologies, Josh Palacios. You've been terrific. Keep it up. I love watching you play.
Yeah, he's been a breath of fresh air since his promotion. And you can see like the offense has been better since he's been called up.
Right.
Like not having to rely on Michael A. Taylor as much, Jack Swinski as much, Edward Olivares. The offense has gotten better with Palacios in it, just plain and simple. They are scoring more runs since his promotion. Yes. They still have their duds every now and then, right? We've seen the duds, but they've been better. Yeah. And you're seeing them now reeling off wins, and again, it's all they need. They need average offense, and the pitching is good enough that they're going to win. They're going to win games. If they can score 4 more runs, they're going to win most of the time.
Yeah. I mean, this team, right. It's one of those old, they control their destiny. They have 6 games left against Arizona, 6 games left against San Diego, obviously a bunch of games against St. Louis and Cincinnati. The teams in front of them, they can get after. But they've got to score. They've got to be able to score. The pitching we can definitely rely on, but it is hard and probably a little foolish to expect that they're just going to keep, going 7 innings and giving up a run or two, right? We need to bail them out a little once in a while. So if the offense could, again, just get to that, 4 or 5 runs a game, this team has a really good opportunity in front of it, really good chance to make a little noise.
Yeah. Shifting focus back to pitching again, Keller, Priester combined to go 5 innings, 3 runs, but then they gave way to the bullpen. And I'll tell you what, the guy who's been really, really impressive for me lately is Kyle Nicholas. He comes in the 6th inning, pitches a 1-2-3 inning, throws 7 pitches, all of them strikes. Kyle Nicholas hasn't given up an earned run since June 16th. That was in Colorado, and that was just 1 run. But he's now at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 straight scoreless, 9 straight appearances without giving up an earned run. He has been really good, and you've got to give the Pirates some credit just for sticking with them. I think there was an argument that you could make to kind of send them back to the minors at a couple points throughout May or so, but they trusted the stuff. They trusted that he would kind of figure out the command a little bit. I'm not saying that he has figured out the command. Command is still his issue, but you're seeing him, I think, just trust the stuff maybe a little bit more, because he is throwing more strikes. He is attacking hitters, and the stuff is so good that if he's on the attack, he's going to win most of the time.
Right. He is another one of those really pleasant surprises. I've got him in that sort of Joey Bart category. Nick Gonzalez. Now, I was expecting nothing from him. What we saw last year, it didn't look like he had, any idea where the ball was going when he left good. He had a rough start to this season. And yet now I have no problem with him coming in the 7th inning right now.
Yep.
He doesn't need to be pitching 5th and 6th innings. He can pitch a little later. We might be able to trade an 8th or 9th inning guy, and move him and Majinski up a little, even though Majinski gave up a run today. That's fine. You're going to give it up a game when we've got a 4-run lead. So yeah, it's. I mean, his like you said, his stuff is lights out, and he's finally realizing he can throw it in the strike zone. Right? It's kind of throw it and dare him to hit it and see what you got. 8 guys back there, or 7 guys behind you, I suppose.
Yeah.
Right. Let them do their work. You don't just throw strikes. They'll get themselves out, and he's doing that. His confidence is growing. Shelton's confidence in using him, is growing. And it's what a great development for this team, given all the injuries we had, to King, Baraki, and Money Moretta. We lost some really important parts of the bullpen. We've had a lot of guys with some injuries. And for him to come in and do what he's doing now, I mean, he is a key part to this bullpen and team right now.
Yeah. Couple questions on TikTok asking if anything was wrong with Keller. We said it earlier in the show, but if you're joining us late, Mitch Keller 3 innings today. Noah Hiles of the Post-Gazette, they're reported there's nothing wrong with him. It looks more like this was just a matter of giving him a little bit extra rest going into the break. My guess is he's probably going to start on Friday, that first game out of the break against the Phillies. So just giving him a little bit of an extra breather going into the break. But
100 degrees today. Give him some time off. Let him.
Yeah. And Priester hadn't pitched in a week, so they went with Majinski in the 7th. He gives up a run, 2 walks, 1 hit. He's looked so good lately, so I'm not really going to be too concerned with that. Holderman with the scoreless 8th, and then Santana, who he gave up 2 hits, but overall Santana's been getting pretty good results lately. I think as a guy who's your 8th man out of the bullpen right now, you're fine with him. He's gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 scoreless outings out of his last 8 appearances.
Yeah. I mean, you're putting him in right. I mean, you're putting him in when you got a 4 or 5 run lead, and he's getting the 3 outs. He's getting the necessary outs. So you're right. So you don't have to throw somebody out there that you want to use in a little more high leverage situations. We picked him up off the scrap heap, and a lot of those don't work out, but occasionally you strike a little gold, and maybe we got silver here. But yeah, I've got no. He's not killing. Like I'm not worried when he comes in that it's going to be giving up 5 runs and throwing everything away. So.
Yeah, he did do that once in Colorado, but since then he's looked all right. So again, for an 8th guy out of the pen, I'm not gonna complain about Dennis Santana right now, at all. So, all right, let's get to giving away some sandwiches. We just passed up 100 entries in this, so before we do that,
I've seen some new names in there. Welcome.
Yeah, got a lot of people. Appreciate the chat's been hopping today, so. Get your hashtag Raisits in, just like David here. That'll get you into the contest. While you're doing that, though, just to kind of let you know, we've got some things going on. So MLB draft starts tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern. We will be live from 6:50 p.m. all the way through the Pirates' final pick of tonight. Our draft show, it's one of my favorite shows of the entire year. We'll be on the whole time, dissecting the picks, talking about everybody. Tyler, myself, Donardo will be on. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So
the big 3.
Yeah. So come hang out with us.
3.
Come hang out with us in the draft show. That'll be streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, wherever you're watching us from. It'll be live on that. And also we're going to be giving away, if you get the pick right, if you get the number 9 pick right, we're going to be giving away a Primanti's gift card and a Sheets gift card. We're going to get $50 worth of gift cards away tonight. So
nice.
Another reason to join. Get some free gift cards.
Yeah.
All right. Think we gave everybody enough time. If you haven't yet, like the video, subscribe to the page, all that good stuff. But let's give away some
I think
sandwiches.
It's going to be Bucko Mike's day. I'm feeling it.
You know what? Bucko Mike's been in pretty much every post game. He hasn't won yet, but we've had some regulars win here.
Win recently, yeah. He's due.
There we go. Congrats to Lisa. Lisa, you are the winner of 2 free Primanti Brothers sandwiches. Lisa's always in here too. So yeah, shout out Lisa. You know how to reach us. Yeah, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever your preferred social media is, you can DM us your information. We'll get those 2 Primanti Brothers sandwiches out to you. Or you can email us at northshore9@gmail.com. Yeah, congrats, Lisa. Good stuff. You got anything else to add here, Doug?
I just have 2 questions for you. Who do you think they'll draft? Who do you want them to draft? All right, can you say that before I don't want to be.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and see if I'm right. So it's 5:34 p.m. here. We're about 3 hours, 2.5 hours ahead of the Pirates pick. I think they're going to draft Nick Kurtz. I want them to draft Connor Griffin. It's just really a matter of kind of who's available at the time, but that's how I'm thinking it's going to play out.
I just get somebody that can hit. Right? Just get somebody that could hit.
Yeah, unless Hagen Smith is like projecting around 7 in a lot of mocks right now. So if Hagen Smith drops, you never know. I would take Hagen Smith too.
That's true. I take the best available player. There you go.
Yep. All right. Well, that's it. Again, Pirates sweep the White Sox. They are now 48-48 heading into the All-Star break. If you're looking at the standings,
since 2016 that they've been at 500 at the All-Star break. So 8 years.
All right. We'll take that. They're a game and a half out of a playoff spot right now. They're going to open up against the Phillies coming out of the break. So that'll be a tough series there at home.
The whole team made the All-Star team, so maybe they'll be tired. Right?
Yeah, but no, we'll have a lot of stuff for you throughout the All-Star break. Starbucks still tomorrow. Again, draft show coming up here in about an hour and a half. So make sure you hop on that. But Starbucks on Monday. We'll have NS9 live on Thursday. We may even do something for the All-Star game with Paul Skeens starting. So keep your eyes and ears opened for that. But appreciate everybody for joining us. Appreciate everybody in the chat, everybody watching, everybody listening to the podcast after this. You guys are great. We'll see you all in an hour and 15 minutes on the draft show. See you guys.
Thank you, everybody. Let's go Bucks.
Hey, you all. Thank you for watching. I know we try to provide the most entertaining content that we can, and we'd love to spread it to as many people as possible. So I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but if you could take the 5 seconds to like this video and subscribe to the page. It helps out so much more than you know. Thank you, and let's go Bucks.